Tervetuloa mukaan Phoenix Wright Ace Attorneyn läpipeluseen toisen trialin ensimmäisen osan. So what do you think, Miss Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. They didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished actually. I'm used to all-nighters though. So how did it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much as I struck a plea bargain. The plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Guy. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Plus 10 fingerprints, to be exact. That's a trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you are going to accuse Mr. Marshall? You have to play the cards we are dealt, isn't that right, Miss Guy? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Court is now in session for trial of Miss Lana's Guy. The defense is ready, Anna. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? Small, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present my impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence related to murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir, I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you are a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is, sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I thought for my life, then I did it. After that I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you failed, and a colleague helped you regain your consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes, now there's a scary thought. There's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the blue patch, sir. The blue patch? Yes, sir. The lovely police mask created by the chief of detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. But the awards ceremony finished that day. There were so many people running around. But I recollected the blue badge to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is, I found it. This is the one. This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. Mä en tajunnutkaan. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the blue badge out to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything is settled down. I see. So it was during the second time when... Yes, sir, that was when I spotted the man on the security screen. IDs of all who enters the evidence room on February 21 did ID card. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got his gash on my hand. Maybe if you just get your cool, your head When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. He took his knife. I spun him around and performed the disarming maneuver. I was sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir. With that I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. What time did you regain your consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that I was unconscious? Oh, right. I got a report from the officer that woke up the witness. It was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around though, I was to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the blue badges, sir. I returned him to the entrance before the things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Mickens. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Kent delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is that? The videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection!
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us a video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word. Murder. Sir, it scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Hienosti naama peittyy. Se vaan katos. Tai se on siinä maassa. Ei tossa nyt oikein näkynyt mitään. Well, I believe we are all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that's the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's a blue badge, sir. Why am I not surprised that this isn't going smoothly? Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and some sort of activity. I guess. Tai meni niin kerkesin lukemaan. Joanna, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Miss Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Mystery Man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about the fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions, and that's where I have to start. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with the knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I'll be classified as the latter. Seen and not seen. It's the not seen. The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not? What's the point? You are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. Not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sorry it was him. I'll bet my badge on it. That's no question that the person was Detective Goodman. Katsotaan vielä. Seen and not seen, jos on taas former ja tää on latter. Eli se ei näy sitä. Mutta se tuli selville jo, mutta piti vielä varmissa. Eli miksi se ei nähnyt sitä? Tämä ei ole Goodman, se on ihan selkeä juttu. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, well, you can verify it. Well, why is everyone looking at me? If I have to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins. Hey! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain of when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker, which requires Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do. But these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir, I must have tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints. Then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. The locker has opened. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The work is in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint, so it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. It says, "Sir, if I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock, and it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. It's right, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? No, katsotaan uudestaan. Regarding video content on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. But this video contains such a contradiction. Interesting. Joanna, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out. Well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates that the man may not have been... Eli... Teille menen taaksepäin ässällä, pysäytetään, teille mennään eteenpäin. No tässä ei näy. Sitten tippuu kuin lappu muuten. Se hanska tippuu. Pitää koittaa olevina näyttää, että se ei välttämättä ole se, mutta se on aika selkeä kyllä, että se naama ei näy missään vaiheessa. Se ollaan puhuttu siitä. Tää hanska kiinnostaa mua. Niin pitikö mun osoittaa hierasi? Fuck. The thing that's strange about this video would have to be this. Hold on a second. I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. Would you mind if I brought your eye medicine? Don't look at me with those blurry eyes. Before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think this through again. Now what I do? Play video again. Very well, let's try this again. Okay, my penalaiseta tästä. Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt. Says the one pointing his finger at us. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time. Ei ole ensimmäinen kerta. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it be? What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? What are you looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates that the man may not be Detective Goodman. Oh, yeah. Phew. I almost walked right into the defense's trap. I'll place him under arrest, sir. Rats. I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. Now what do I do? No, näytäis tästä sen naama. Tai sitä, kun sen naama ei näy. Return to cross-examination. It seems I've been taking the wrong approach. Now then, the defense may resume its cross-examination. Assuming the witness is still willing to continue, that is, Officer Mickens. Yes, sir, it is my duty as a police officer to help the lost, sir. Great, now they think I'm lost. Ei tässä on muutakaan. Tää verinen tahra sen olkapäällä. En kyllä ole ihan varma miksi, mutta... Millä mä näytän, että se ei välttämättä ole se. Onko se valmiiksi auki? Ei näytä siltä. Mä klassaan taaksepäin. Mä en keksi muutakaan. Koitetaan väittää, että se oli auki. Tämä muuten. Mitä ihmeessä kyllä. Mä näen sen. Tossa ei ole sitä palasta. Nytten. Ei oo vieläkään. Ei oo vieläkään. Mun pitää mennä vessaan. Jatketaan. Ei vieläkään. Nyt sitten. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? What you are looking for is one thing, and one thing only. Something that indicates that the man may not be Detective Goodman hiding. Oh yeah. I almost walked right into the defense trap. No, ehkä mä koitan presentata niille sitten jotain. Kun en mä nyt oikein pysty todistamaan, että se ei välttämättä ole Goodman, kun niille ei kelpaa se, että mä näytän niille sen, että se naama ei näy missään vaiheessa. Mulla ei kyllä mitään näihin vastaan väittämistä. Indicate the lamp lights up when it's open. Tuo. Tuossa oliko se äskenkin auki? Se on aina millä mä pystyn sanomaan, että se on jo auki. Koitetaan. Onko se auki vai eikö se ole? Nää näkyy selkeästi tummina. Se on auki. Joo, se on auki. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor raises your fingerprint. If it's a match... Aha. Siellä kun söötti kuva siitä. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. You saw that something is seriously wrong with this picture. The victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. Let's rewind a little earlier. Here, notice the light. It's already lit. Anteeksi, mä syön toffifeitä. Precisely my point, Joanna. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the brick handle. Ah! Order, what's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Joanna. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. The locker locks are controlled by an electric system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Joanna. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Joanna? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Joanna? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor. Something jammed the sensor. Say, There's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. No, minäpä tiedän. Please watch closer. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh god. Onneksi mulla on toffifeitä. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience as things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances. We can't be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted. This spider thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door, but the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Se oli tämä hanska. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the door, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Mickens? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Order, order, order! So, are we to believe then that the victim, this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Joanna. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? Not sure what you are referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Well, begin your testimony. Mystery Man, number 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use the ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card record right here, Sir Joanna. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police or staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transfer there, and most were cleared by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. That's extreme. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the B for victory sign, sir. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we have seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. To enter the evidence room, one must use the ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right to my cuffs, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said shoe out 3 times, my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car. Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Maybe I should have just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Please proceed with your testimony. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. Let it be noted that this is a record that witness Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Joanna. Not the prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide evidence. Mommy, is that man doing a murder? Shoes, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong colors, boy. It would seem. The inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Miss Edgeworth, it must be so difficult for him. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Earlier, I believe you testified that when he asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir, he didn't show me any ID cards, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. No ehkä se oli varastettu se ID-kortti. Se ei näyttänyt sitä sen takia, koska sillä on eri naama. Voisiko käyttää tuota, mutta mihin? Tää todistaa, että se on olevina käynyt siellä, mutta 584 2189. Kyllä se on se sama. Mä en keksy muutakaan. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Olisikohan se korttikin toivonut? Sitä on näyttää sanoa, että se voidaan varastaa, mutta se oli eri paikassa. Tai siis ei siinä mitään järkeä, että se oli eri paikassa, niin kuin Phoenix sanoi. Mulla oli idea, että se voidaan varastaa. Tämä. Mä mietin tässä, että varjolla. En tiedä, katsotaan mitä Phoenix sanoo. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost report item report is only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this is some... Siinähän käsi kauantajutassa. Tää on siis todistusmateriaali siitä, että se on varastettu tällainen kortti. Aivan. I guess you believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. The day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now, what does this all mean? Olisin voinut ehkä yhdistää tämän siihen, jos mä olisin vain ensimmäisenä lähtenyt, että se kortti on voitu varastaa, mutta sitten on sanonut, että onko sulla jotain todistusmateriaalia siihen. Sitten mä olisin voinut näyttää sitä, hei, mulla on tämmönen lost item report. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! Does the prosecution have response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. But bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Miggins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes, what's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a singular conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is, well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well, it seems you have finally realized exactly what you have gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lanamsky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Miggins encountered? And where did this person disappear? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana. What do I do? Am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Minä odotan ja menen käymään tupakilla. Jatketaan. Mihinkäs me jäätinkään? Totta kai mä objectaan. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you are objecting to what you are just proven. You have just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into your prosecution's. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further explanation into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court further examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considers the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean? Joanna, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, who do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have to testify. What is his or her name? Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees with the defense request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you have figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Kamshu, what is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay, so have you brought what I asked? Oh. I mean, you mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. This guy was a witness. Was for the Joe Dark killings. Sold 2 years ago. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with the serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark. No, Lana. That's over with. No. In my ways, she ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I got to be somewhere. Sorry, pal, I'm not here. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Demon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I'd better take a good look at this file. Kohta. To be continued. No, ei kai siinä. Luetaan sitä ensi kerralla. Eli se on. Kiitos katsomisesta ja jatketaan ensi kerralla.